go with this? Or?
Well, the last video I saw, we were too much, it looked like we were too much in the pocket.
Yeah.
And so I want to make sure I'm stick.
I think, once again, I think I've been baiting too much.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking too offensive mindset, and then just keep my tip forward, make sure I'm scratching the chin. I think I've been up, I think it's the opposite problem that I've had with katana. With katana, I've had the tip forward, but not the height. I think with the knife, I've had the height, but the tip's been all over the place. I think I've been like, I think it's very rarely just pointing at me. So I think I need to make that.
Well, I had the opposite. I had it pointed at you.
Yeah, but not the height.
Then I had it pointed at you here, and that's when you were saying, I don't feel like there's openings.
Yeah.
Because everywhere I went was pointed at you.
It wasn't just out here, it's that your head was always behind the point. So you'd go, you'd be there, you'd be there, you'd be there. Yeah. And like you'd always be tight to it, so like even though you're moving around and you're going, I'm going off my body, I'm like, yeah, but you're bringing your head with it. Yeah. So I'm like, but that's good defense as well. So I'm like, you got to make sure you tick that first, but then I think it's just if you just point it away, and like still keep the same height, then it looks like a window. Okay. And it's not really a window because it's not that big. No. Like it's very easy for your footwork or the blade or whatever deflection. Just remember, if you're doing the spines, it's a little bit less on the blade because it slips off. And it's a little bit more on the actual hand now. Go and bang into that. I still prefer it if I could get like the thumb into something, so I get both. But a lot of time it's so quick, and I'm using the back of the spine to make it stronger, so that you can't power into me. But a lot of time I can get that, and then it will give me other stuff. So I still think about those, but don't just don't just go here and get stuck in the V, because something down the middle will get you.
I've got to be careful with the spines, it's not pointing at you.
Yeah.
So those, if I do a couple of spines...
Don't go here.
Yeah, suddenly
still
it's...
point it.
Yeah,
point
it's fine, but...
And it forces both your head and your feet to be involved, but try not to double up on them. See if you can do like a spine and point it at them, and then do a rolling defense. And then see if you can step out and do a rolling defense, and then go spine. Then alternate between them a bit more, you're less likely to get stuck on the footwork. But yeah, we're going to maintain our level, keep the tip forward, keep the height, and don't double up, whether it's offense or defense, change the angle.
And when we get super close, back to the ribs.
Yeah. Even if I did the same much offense, I want to change the angle on the second, so that it's not as predictable. Probably won't be going too hard because of the tendon. I can feel a bit in my right hand at the moment. The left one's feeling right there. Oh yeah, I kept not switching my stance enough as well.
Just right foot?
Yeah, defensively, I was switching a lot. And then anytime I did offense, I was doing heaps of like shuffle, like fencing steps. But I need to constantly switch in offense and defense. Yeah. Really think the diagonals are the Dorellos. Once I start really getting the diagonals down, it really makes me feel safe throwing some offense out occasionally. Some of those I didn't expect to do, but it felt right.
Oh, Jesus.
Nice, mate.
I was thinking, get out, get out.
Oh, just. Try to use your hand.
Yeah, I tried. I thought if I can get to that roll.
But you didn't roll, you did too much of a push. Yeah. I think if you turned it first, it would have made you roll more, because you wouldn't have been able to extend the elbow, but you can keep that and keep the elbow in, so it gives the illusion that you can do it.
I think I was caught in between steps.
Yeah.
I was starting to rise.
Yeah. I think maybe that's what made me step, because maybe I saw you come up slightly.
Yeah.
And that
so I was up here when I was trying to do it.
Yeah.
If I was down here, I would have just gone like that.
Unless I came up first and made a mirror bait, I Like, unless I came up here and then you came up and then gave me the timing. Like,
yeah,
I'm not
it
sure.
could have, I don't know.
It'd be interesting.
I was higher.
Yeah.
And that's why just turning.
I'm not sure about my height, but you definitely came up.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
That's better.
the diagonals and the switching of the defenses makes me feel like you can't read it as much as you could. I'm sure you can read some of it, but don't know how I didn't get you on that side.
No, I didn't come up. I'm thinking I'm not coming
No, that was
up.
good. Your hunch kept you safe.
Yeah.
I think if you came up even a little bit, it would have copped you in the neck.
I think that would have
Because I went
come up.
over your shoulder. I went through past your neck over the shoulder here.
Perfect.
It's because you almost dropped a little.
Yeah.
Ow. Very nice.
All that's in my head is don't come up, don't come up.
Yeah, offense or defense is messing up if we come up, so I'm just keeping this annoying little hunch. Which is hard to do the little ones.
Yeah.
But
And still.
you still can.
I planted.
That was a hard one.
I planted.
Yeah. No, I think you followed me.
Yeah.
I think I was here, and I think you were low, but then you stepped forward. Because I'm pretty sure I went backwards as I did that. I think you went for like a slash at me, and I think I went back and kicked that in. Like, I felt like I was doing an umbagada, but offense mid umbagada.
I just felt I was planted.
But once again, I saw 2 or 3 of your great like openings, false openings that made me go, I want to go, and I went, stop, don't go for it. It feels like a 50-50 again. Just keep coming in and out, put pressure on, release pressure, a couple of fakes so they can't get the timing, increase pressure, release pressure, pressure, release, and just keep playing with the ranges and maintaining your own defense. Keep checking the tip forward, the height. Doing well with the height now actually, and the tip forward's pretty good as well. Now it's your feet I'm catching you on.
Yeah, I'm stopping, but
I
that's
think
all right.
I think I'm doing more Dorellos than you.
Yeah.
I think you're doing good stutter forward backwards, and you're moving your head off the line, but I think you're going physically down the line with your feet.
Yeah, I was called
and,
out
and you're moving around the blade, so it gives an illusion. That I think you're on the vertical, where I think I'm going out, across, back, out. I think I'm changing. I am doing the little ones with you as well, but I'll do 1 or 2, then get off the line again, I think we're doing the same thing, but then you come back in vertical, and I'll get you on one of the diagonals, like fall out.
It's what you say when you think of something. I mean, I looked before and I wasn't coming out enough doing the start.
Yeah.
So that's in my head.
But like,
now I'm probably doing that too much.
I feel like you needed this forward pressure in the dos manos.
Yeah.
And that's where I was playing into a bit where I could put the pressure on and time it, and I didn't have to worry about anything. But you're coming to the edge, but you weren't coming in as much till the end. Yeah. Now you're coming in as well. Yeah. But I think now because you're thinking of coming in, it's making it a little vertical. Right. I think I was saying the same thing before. That's what I was saying about, that was a problem I was having. Where defensively, anytime someone came at me, I could go diagonal backwards, get off the line, feel fine, just like going out, because we're used to someone coming in with the pressure. But then all of a sudden we'd come back in and it'd be almost a vertical line, like a capital Y, and we'd start shuffling. And even if I was moving, I was coming to in here. As I was saying, I'm like, I need to make sure I keep doing the pivots as I go forward. Because if I go do the pivots going forward, it gets me off the line. Because I defensively I'm going diagonal, but offensively down the middle, which is bad. I want to have diagonal forward and diagonal back. We can add the horizontals for certain shots, like the Silats or whatever.
Well, I'm still having the same problem on best when you want to go any angle, better upright. Yeah. And as soon as I'm down here, I'm just not as good as any angle. Yeah. So it's that whole balance.
Think of when you use that. It's almost like instead of changing angle every step, you change angle every second step. Yeah. It's like So before, when I was upright, I could go here, 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 here. Like you pick and go any of them.
Flowing really
well, like you said, you can't, and it makes you plan a bit more. But if you go every time I'm doing it, I'm going to go here, 1, 2, any direction. 1, 2, any direction. 1, 2, any direction. 2, any direction. 1, 2. I can pick any of the 4 because I focus on the second step. Yeah. And to me, it really feels like the first. You just don't pause on the first step. Every odd step flows seamlessly. No broken rhythm in the step. But in the second step, you can pause for a second because you got an extra half a beat off not pausing on the first step to kind of see where everything is.
Okay, now that makes sense. Actually, I think being upright's not all that bad.
No.
I keep having in my head, don't come up, but
it's actually become one of
exit down, but then come up for a bit.
And once again,
coming down, up.
Lets you get a breath in as well, and it invites them forward, which helps you. Like if they step forward, you can time it. It's a lot easier when they're coming forward, so I want to do that still a bit as well. Plus, it's become one of my baits. But I will after a while go, nothing's working. Come up here, people launch at me, I guess.
Alright, I'll try to mix those in.
Once again though, defensively, you're looking real good. I think it's your offensive forward footwork, which is exactly what I've been having issues with as well. Yeah. So really focus on pivoting when you're going forward. You're pivoting when you're going back. Yeah. Just focus on the pivots going forward. Keep switching your stance, even when it feels like it's going right. Because when it's going right is when I get caught. So I'm like, oh, it's feeling good. Bang. I'm like, oh, fuck, really? Because you tip forward on the height looking good. Read you at the moment. Because I'm coming in and
I'm going up, down, around.
I'm like seeing holes, but I'm like, I can't tell if that's real or not. Where before I feel like I could. I could go, that's a real bait or that's a real mistake. And I was picking the mistakes and I was avoiding the baits, and I was going, I could almost tell, and I was seeing opening and closing, but I could almost read off like when you tensed or not. I can't tell now. You're flowing, you look more relaxed. Your tenses are gone between your toe and rocks before.
I've gone every level now, upwards and downwards.
That's the same, like it's not going, which one of these is the best? You go, just keep switching between them. There is no best, it's fluid.
I got my fluid back. So
you have to be present. We kept trying to preempt, like, what's the best speed and range for this exact move, and preempt it and set it up. And you're going, you just got to ingrain it in you and just be present.
Well, when I'm moving like this, when you do a shot, all of a sudden I'll be able to flick it from out of nowhere and come in.
You keep playing these and you see something and you go, I can just roll. But all of a sudden after 5, 10, 12, whatever it is, you'll see a move and realise you've already rolled off and it's not actually lined up. And I've gone, oh crap. And maybe your energy's going back, but you're going, I can whip this in. Exactly. And you're going, I didn't actually really have to expose myself. They just finally made a mistake whilst in range, and I wasn't already doing something, and I was close enough. And it feels like you barely have to extend. It feels like it's half speed, half extension. It feels slow motion. And you go, oh, well, that was nice. Why can't I always do that? Yeah, exactly. Everyone goes, that was an amazing setup. You're like, I was actually going for something else. And then you made a different mistake and it just happened to be there. And it's just the martial arts ingrained into you. The amount of accidental cuts and kills we get just from the tip forward and our movement. I love the footwork system. Once again, I caught you on the shift, and then because you couldn't roll, you used your hand.
Actually, the last bit, I feel like I got your speed.
Yeah, I started to think that at the beginning. I went, you're a little bit faster, and I was going, I can't get it down. Yeah. So I kept entering, disconnecting, and then trying to enter at my speed of flow. And if you didn't connect to my speed, I just disconnect again.
Yeah.
And then I do a few random things, then enter at my speed again. And on the third or fourth, you mimicked my speed. I went, there we go. It. And then I just keep flowing, and it will help me.
Yeah, I just went, oh, that's his. Yeah.
No, but you're recognizing it now. Because like that's Aaron was doing that to you guys a bit.
Yeah.
Where he was coming in and putting his pressure on and speed on, and people were going, all right, we're going this speed, and mimicking him back, but then that's the speed he always does.
Yeah, he wants
so
to
he was getting
home.
it exactly. Even the one-handed katana shots.
Yeah.
Like, because he does krabi krabong, he's used to that. He has the timing on it, and the 12s will take the pressure off his wrist. I saw half the class all start going, he has more range than me, and mimic his style, finding a style they've never done before. And I'm going, oh, you've lost. Like,
yeah.
But it's good. But once everyone starts doing their own thing, you can watch two different styles completely clash, and both people not getting hit because they're just in the zone of what they're meant to do.
Yeah.
That's it. But you can feel it now.
Yeah.
It's not something you can see as much, like when you're fighting.
No.
Maybe from the outside you can notice the difference in it.
Yeah.
But it's something you get the feel of a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice, man. I don't think I've done detrimental too much forward pressure. I don't feel like we're exiting too much.
No,
I don't feel like I'm coming off enough much. I can maybe bait more, but I don't want to focus on my offense today. I did a lot of baits the last couple of weeks, and I feel like I got hit more often than I should have. Sorry.
What am I doing? Oh,
no, you're good. I faked it, your hand.
Yeah.
I did here, retracted, so it looked like it was disappearing, and then fell.
But I've been using my hands, and I don't usually do that.
I brought you to my speed again.
Yeah, okay.
No, like once again, your first two felt like we were disconnecting and doing different speeds, and then that one then, it felt like we almost stepped in unison with it. I went, this is my speed, flow, hypnotize.
Alright, I'll find my thing.
Yeah. Alright. Speed it up by 10-20%.
Yeah.
That always seems to be your speed compared to mine. I think if you're just going up 10, you maybe are trickling back to my speed, so up at the 20. I mean, I don't want you to, because I'm going to get hit. So. And still things diagonals on both the forward and the back. Because I think it's also when you're doing offense, I think you're still coming too vertical.
Yeah.
Ooh. That was good, I didn't see you reach for that, like, no telegraph on the feet. Yeah, this makes me more uncomfortable.
Yeah. I wasn't putting pressure on you.
Yeah, I feel like now I'm 60% backwards and I don't have the timing on you anymore.
Yeah.
I feel like you're controlling me now and I'm defensively getting out of the way, but I no longer have control of the fight like I did before.
I was I was doing my thing in dancing.
Yeah.
I had no pressure on you.
Yeah, I think I mentioned that in katana. That I think you were going in largo to media, but you were never coming in past the media.
Yeah, like you weren't stepping backwards.
And you're floating in and out during the star, doing the free or like media, largo, and out of range.
Yeah.
But never really trying to push in off the media.
Yeah.
And if I came any closer, you'd float away. You're now stepping into it, which does put you in danger, but you're doing it safely because you're moving head, thinking of the footwork, and now you're not coming down the middle. You looks like you are, and then you're coming off. Yeah. And then we realign, and you're going diagonal again and coming off.
Yeah.
And like I can't read, you're not loading, not telegraphing. It's good.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And now I'm having to pretty much solely focus on my defense, where before my defense was passive.
Yeah.
And I was able to passively roll, and then I could just watch for your mistake.
Yeah, you're planning.
And go, if I can just feel comfortable staying like with the pressure and just releasing pressure in and out and keeping the footwork moving, I'll just observe safely. And then when I see it, I'll get you. And that's what I've been doing. Yeah. But now I can't observe because I have to speed up my defense. So I've lost the timing on the opens. I'm like, maybe I'll get it back after a few minutes of doing it. But this is good right now because all your holes are just gone. Yeah. Like I'm sure they're still there, but because the timing's off it, I can't go for them. Yeah. Because even if I see them with the measurement, the timing's missing, the timing's like important. Yeah. Nice, that was a good fix.
Yeah. No, I just realised
it's a fine line between detrimentally coming forward and dying, and then not doing enough, and then letting the other person just control you and set you up.
Well, yeah, if you're
like, the same with Ray. I feel like I'm either coming in, he's non-telegraphically killing me, or he's baiting me forward, and he's just setting me up for these deep counters, and just,
I have to make it fun.
Yeah.
I can't just dance around it.
Yeah, and same with any of the higher ranks that have forward pressure. So my think of like even Hunter, Aaron, myself, Tom Flynn, he bounces between counter fighting, but when he puts on pressure, he does quite a lot of pressure too. Yeah. So all of us there, if you don't put your own pressure back, let us control it. Yeah. And when you put your own pressure back, cancels our main game. Yeah. It means that we're even if we're not completely playing your game, we maybe find this other third game where we're going, all right, we're forced into this in a little stalemate. But like, at least then it's not just you being controlled by someone else. Yeah. But hell yeah, man. Okay. Keep the head moving. Keep switching the steps. Fuck, I switched it again.
I thought he's coming in.
I was for a sec.
Yeah.
But instead of you reaching, you contracted, and you didn't just contract everything. You contracted and then also lined this up. Yeah. So it looked like I was here, and it almost looked like you rolled behind your arm, like it was going to parry.
I was also trying.
And it also looked like as you did that, you were just going to step.
Yeah.
And like almost like gun to me like bang, and I was like going, oh fuck that.
I was definitely getting my head over there.
Yeah, because I wasn't rolled around enough like you were. Right. I was too far vertically behind myself.
You're coming through.
So I've gone through like this. Yours would have powered through. Yeah. Where if I was like this, we could have actually gone for it and just seen whose technique was better. Yeah. But you rolled first. Even though I initiated, you rolled, which meant you defensively were better, so you would have won. Right. So I'm like, that you did the right thing and you didn't try to force it. Because that's now up to me to make the mistake. Yeah. So you did the right thing, and if I made the mistake, I just impale myself.
Well, I didn't feel like, I was more defensive than...
Well, the other ones before, you were reaching. Yeah. Now you're rolling. Yeah. And I think it's just because of your movement.
Yeah, well, I was going that way anyway.
I think your feet and head are already moving, so it forces you. You're not watching and then picking. You're already moving.
If I was upright and you had gone down the middle, I may have done
That's what I mean. Like you're already in movement. You can change the movement because you're already. You can redirect an action quicker than you can react. Yeah. So I'm like, the fact you're already moving instead of waiting and trying to pick it. Like, yeah. Nice, man.
I forced it. When I do those, it's still got to be back.
Yeah, I've also been trying to do less of this because I was saying for a while I was doing it as a bait to try and make them come forward to pick them off, but no one was doing it because it was making everyone move back. Yeah. So I'm going, instead of me breaking the rule of the bench and the wall, I really need to make it that shorter one again. It's more efficient. But still get the footwork going, but I really need to do the circle the way Ilustrisimo did. I thought I was doing a good bait, then realised no one goes for this. I'm just doing shit technique.
I'm thinking of shorter strokes.
Yeah, it's when I realise you haven't disconnected and you've almost done a football step and you're doing the short ones. I'm moving backwards and getting full extension ones on the backwards movement. It's all good, it's all good.
Go back to not thinking.
Release the pressure a bit more. Yeah. It's when you're doing offense I'm catching you now. Yeah. So well,
I was doing shorter offense in front of you.
Yeah. That was like, but it's when you did 2 or 3. Yeah. And then you've done 1 or 2 and then bang. Yeah. So I'm like, I only do 1 and disconnect, or do almost none and just do the forward pressure with no offense. Okay. Like still line it up, but don't come off.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I couldn't see holes then.
Yeah.
No, until you dropped it low. Fuck. I also like to live dangerously. I missed my pinky. I dodged this one, and then I came down through the path. I didn't go here back. I almost went back to that.
Exactly. You know, we were talking about when we circled.
Yeah.
If we have our hand there versus that.
And you just did like, I dodged this one, double. And you go on second. I'm like, motherfucker. But it's what I was saying. We gotta go here to tight defense. I went here back to offense. The moment I went to offense instead of defense, you nicked me. Yeah. There's only the tiniest nick on the bottom of my pinky, but that could make me drop it, right?
Yeah. You came very strong.
Yeah. But once again, with my forward defense, I didn't reach.
Yeah, yeah.
Because if I reached, you would have taken me off.
Yeah.
You went for my hand, and I turned at the last second, and it's hit there. Yeah. I was almost on my body when it hit it. If I came out even a little bit, you would have hit it. But I was just testing forward pressure.
Yeah,
you got the right thing, you go, fuck off there. It was forward. I did the same thing with you before. I was like, go away. Keep the diagonals going on the forward. Yeah. It's good, you've been doing it well. But this is where we usually fall into someone does vertical.
Yeah. I'm out.
Oh no, I hit my pinky again. Once again, I was just coming off a little Anita fake on my body. Alright, keep going. Yeah, no, I keep going to tell you when to disconnect, but you're doing it by yourself.
Yeah,
just as I go almost too much pressure, you float away, which is right.
Yeah, sideways.
Yeah, exactly.
Could have used that. I actually stopped completely.
Yeah, I'm going to the edge and back. And I'm going, I need to either commit to it more to make it land, or even just to sell it to you, to make you go.
Yeah, it would have made me run in.
Because I'm going here and back, and here I'm doing it clean.
Yeah.
But it's making you not attack like I want you to.
If I'd been in motion, I would more likely run in.
Don't do it often.
No, it would have been good.
But I was thinking the same thing. I was going, what's something I can do that has a power shot?
Yeah.
That makes it look real when I pass.
Oh yeah.
It isn't just me going slow, and you go, I'm not falling for that. Yeah. But if I go power or the thrust, I almost did the thrust, but then I thought the thrust is too predictable.
Yeah, that.
I'm like, I could bait with the thrust, and then you could actually use it really against me.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, there's too many combinations of a centerline attack. Yeah. So I'm like, but this one,
that was
a bit more predictable.
Yeah.
But yeah, interesting. I was like half expecting you to launch behind that.
I had my feet, I was relaxing here. If I was in motion, I would have come.
I was thinking, mate, if you went under, I'm thinking scoop. Yeah. And if you went over, then I was just kind of going here for a second, going, is it over or under? Regardless, my left foot and my head go this way. Yeah. Whether it's that or whatever, I'm rolling out away from it. Yeah.
It was ripper. It had me thinking, so it was good.
Nice. Do you want to keep going with this, or actually, what time is it? 5 to 7. Maybe we should switch out and do a little bit of the machete for a bit. Okay. Alright. That's feeling pretty good.
It feels alright.
Nice, man. Once again, forward defense and footwork. Thank you, man.
No, it's good.